A longtime San Francisco priest faces new accusations that he sexually abused at least 6 children over a span of decades, and he continued to work as recently as last year. So what happens now? Here's investigative reporter Candice Nguyen.
Father Daniel Carter was accused at least once before, more than 2 decades ago. But a former archbishop called the allegations unfounded and allowed him to keep working. Now we have found 6 new lawsuits accusing Carter of abuse, and neither he nor the archdiocese will answer our questions.
It's just hard to talk about.
Decades later, Danielle La Campagna can still remember Father Daniel Carter, even the sound of his voice.
He was very charismatic, he was very loud, he was a little bit strict, so he was a big presence at the school.
Carter worked at Notre Dame d'Effectoire, a Catholic grammar school in San Francisco La Campagna attended as a child. She says the priest forged a bond with her entire family that transcended school walls.
He became good friends with my father. I really liked him. He took a liking to me, which wasn't really a common experience for me as a child.
One night in the late 70s, La Campagna says Carter turned from a trusted family friend to her abuser. She was only 8 years old.
He was over our house having dinner, and my parents were actually in the other room. I was wearing my pajamas, and he took his hand and he put it up my pajama shirt and felt my chest area. And then he took his hand and put it down my pajama pants and felt my bottom area and vagina area.
What was going through your mind at that point?
It was very confusing, but I knew it was wrong.
She carried the secret for decades until 2002, when the clergy sex scandal in Boston exploded and a flood of victims were reporting abuse across the country. La Campagna had become a social worker in Redwood City and said the time felt right to come forward, especially, she says, since Father Carter was still working as a priest for the Archdiocese at Immaculate Heart of Mary in Belmont.
I mean, you do it because of the safety of children, because he's still a priest out there.
In April 2002, La Campagna says she reported her abuse directly to the Archdiocese of San Francisco. Later that month, she filed this police report accusing Carter of molesting her as a child. Then in August, she sued the church. Carter was put on leave by San Francisco's Archbishop at the time, William Leveda, and the church went on to settle La Campagna's lawsuit without an admission of guilt. But that did not end Father Carter's days as a priest. In March of 2003, Archbishop Leveda wrote this letter to Father Carter, informing the priest that the Archdiocese's Independent Review Board reviewed the allegations of sexual abuse of a minor and have judged these allegations to be unfounded. Carter was placed back into ministry.
The Father Carter story, I think, is one of the most shameful for the Archdiocese of San Francisco.
Attorney Rick Simmons was La Campagna's attorney.
The Archdiocese claimed that they were going to do an independent review. They did an independent review, but the only thing that was really independent of was the facts.
Blessed are you, O Lord, God of all creation, with your goodness.
In the 2 decades that followed, Carter continued to work as a priest in San Francisco, most recently at Our Lady of Lourdes and St. Paul of the Shipwreck, seen here in this YouTube video posted in 2021.
And bear witness to the gospel of Jesus Christ.
In 2022, our investigative unit told you about a new wave of accusations hitting the Catholic Church across California, enabled by the 2019 Child Victims Act, which temporarily did away with the civil statute of limitations on child sex abuse cases.
And now 6 more people have come forward with allegations.
Right.
We have poured through hundreds of new lawsuits and found Carter's name at least a half-dozen times. These 6 new suits accused Carter of sexually abusing children, both boys and girls, at different times throughout his career from the 1970s to 2000.
He, at the time these new lawsuits were filed, was still in ministry in present day. And that's what is really, really shocking.
Attorney Mike Rack is representing 2 of the new plaintiffs now suing the Archdiocese over Father Carter. He says the latest allegations show Carter should have been removed from ministry long ago.
Point blank, this is an institution that has shown us time and time again that it cannot be trusted to self-police itself.
Hi, Father Carter.
We were able to reach Father Carter by phone.
This is Candice Nguyen with NBC Bay Area. We're reaching out for a response to abuse accusations that have recently come to light, and we'd like to get your side of the story. He said no thank you, he doesn't want to comment, and he hung up the phone.
We also had some questions for San Francisco's Archdiocese about Carter's current status as a priest and whether it stands by its 2003 decision to return him to ministry. Archbishop Leveda is no longer there. He was promoted to cardinal in 2006 and later died in 2019. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone is now in charge. A spokesperson told us the Archdiocese will be handling lawsuits brought against it via the appropriate legal channels and will not make any comment to the media related to active litigation.
I'm very proud of whoever it is that's coming forward.
La Campagna says she faced backlash for coming forward back in 2002. She's telling her story now, so Father Carter's new accusers know she's in their corner.
When I came forward, it was very difficult to do it alone. So I'm happy to be here to talk about it. They're not alone.
The Archdiocese would not tell us whether Carter is still allowed to work as a priest, but we reviewed an updated list published by the Archdiocese of priests in good standing who are able to minister, and Carter's name is not on it. With the investigative unit, Candice Nguyen, NBC Bay Area News.
If you have a story tip for Candice Nguyen or anyone else in our investigative unit, give us a call. You see the numbers on your screen, 888-996-TIPS, or you can visit our website, nbcbayarea.com/investigations.